Hey everybody, welcome to Pure Snowrunner. Welcome back if you're a repeat offender. On today's episode, I'm going to do starting with the power plant. I was going through, these are all logging ones, or they're over in the other map. We might as well start doing these. I think this is over the other map, Grain Woods. Grain Woods. And then these are the power plant, which take a little bit longer, so I'll probably do that on the next episode. So let's go to this one, starting power plant. We're already tracking. With that, you gain access to the crafting zone, I'm guessing here, which is going to be nice. And then I believe you get this one too. It doesn't show it, but you craft metal rolls here at this factory. But we need 8 fuel, 2 cargo containers, 2 beams, 2 consumables. So, I think the fuel is the first things to go, so we're going to find a truck. I'm going to grab this one. Eventually I'll find it. There's only 18 trucks around the map, so. I'll leave that one there. There we go. Now we're going to detach, delete, cover, leave. I want to use 2 trucks. Because you can't get 8 fuel on the... not without possibly losing it, so I'm just going to use 2 trucks. 5. Yeah, I'm going to use 2 trucks. Blue trailer. Get it out on the road. Now, actually, this one's not that bad, so we'll use this. I just didn't want to run out of fuel while I was trying to get fuel, and this one's not that bad. So, we'll get her going here. It should almost be fair season. Carnivals and stuff. I know where I live. It's already gone. But there's a couple local ones that are still small town stuff, And that's kind of going away, I think. Like the big state fairs maybe are staying around, but like the small town carnivals, traveling carnivals that go to, bring a few rides, whatever. I think that's kind of going away. It used to be huge back in the day. Even the small towns had something going on in the summertime to try to generate some revenue for the community. I'm just curious if y'all have that stuff going on by you. Feel free to drop it in the comments so I can... Alright, now I gotta find another one. Again, I don't want to know where you live. I just kind of want to know. I've asked this before, and I don't get any comments actually. It's like nobody listening. Do you guys watch this without the volume? If you're from the U.S., which state do you live in? If you're from a different country, what country do you live in? Because I don't know your provinces and all that stuff. So just give me the country. It's like, hey, I live in Germany, or I live in China, or I live in whatever. Australia, New Zealand. Crikey. I'm just curious. Can't all be from the United States. I'm guessing there's a few foreign, or I don't even want to say foreign, from foreign countries, I guess. You can do it that way. She grinding here. She grinding. That's why I said I don't like going this way if I don't have to. It's just slow. It's slow going. It is what it is, but in this fuel station or fuel, it kind of sucks because you think you just go to a gas station or whatever, a filling station or whatever, and get your petrol station to get your fuel. No, you gotta go to a water depot or whatever to get it. Yeah, I'm recording this one before I go to work in the morning, so it's early. It's like 4:30 in the AM, by the way. Change truck. That's good. Get that one in a little high. Somewhere along the line I'll get a thumbnail, I'm not sure where, but then we got cargo containers. I can get both of those at one location. Consumables at the same location, so I'm not too concerned about those. And then metal beams are, you can get them at any of the construction sites, or I suppose I can make it do that. That'll make it a little bit better for y'all. Yeah, construction sites have metal beams. The game, this, other than this part of it, the rest of it should go pretty quick. So I think everything else is pretty much on that side of the map for materials. Yeah, and I only plan on doing this mission today. Alright, left turn here. Watch out behind me here. There we go. It's all about the camera. I know how that gets. Like, this mother effer's getting me dizzy. Spinning his camera around. What do you call it? What's the word for it? The original, the OG version of this game. It was called Spin Tires. On PC only at the time. Terrible camera. Terrible. I guess we'll go this way. I'm going to be chopping trees down here in a second. Or knocking them down, I should say. Yeah. It's terrible. And we've tried multiplayer, some friends and I, years ago. I mean, this is a long time ago. We did multiplayer on it, and we were trying to do mission. The lag, holy crap. It was horrendous. We're going to do 5 and 3. Could do 5 and 5, that way if I needed 2 for something else. I don't know. Let's check these other missions. It's probably not going to give me. Well, there's 6 fuel. And then there's no fuel. So, I mean, either way I got to come back here, so it doesn't pay to grab the 2. 6 I can haul, 1 on the hood and 4 and 5 in the truck. That one rock. See how that rock tipped me up right into this truck? Alright then, I guess we'll back up and get the truck out of the way. Get the truck out of the way. Change truck. We'll get this one in there. One little boulder. Got them all. Oh, well, I guess we'll just grab them. It doesn't matter. Now instead of following, he gets the lead. Like, I've been looking at your ass all day. I don't want to do it no more. I gotta figure which way I want to go back. So again, I have a decision. I can go back this way, which is the one that makes sense, or I could go back up this snake hill. If this wasn't here, I would probably go this way, but I don't like going this way. I don't. So we're gonna go back the way we came, I guess. It's gonna suck, but you gotta do what you gotta do. I'm trying to tighten up my chain here. Shove it in low high, and that way it won't shift non-stop. Yeah, the carnival thing. Back to that topic. Of course, I'm of age that I don't give two squats about it anymore. But if you had younger kids, you know, I mean, they like that. They enjoy the rides and stuff like that. But it's all about the experience, not about the toys, because the toys are always junk that you win. The prizes are always junk. It's just cheap shit. You can go to the any local dollar store, or Family Dollar, Dollar General, and probably pick the same crap up for almost nothing. Or Dollar Tree, whatever those places are. This might be a thumbnail area coming up here. Just so I get one and don't forget to get one. That's what I'm saying. Because I've been known. It's happened. Oh, that's like a good one right there. Got some arrows, but I don't care about that stuff. Let's see. Snipping tool. New. Saved. What's this mission? Starting the power plant. Alright, I'll forget. Yeah, carnival stuff. I mean, okay, there's some stuff that you can win that's not too bad. Like some of the, I guess, more expensive games and stuff. You can win guns and stuff like that. But I don't even know if they still do that anymore. I remember back in the day you could win a 22, you could win a 12 gauge. You win all kinds of stuff. I personally am not a hunter, so I don't own any guns. But it would just sit in my closet or my gun cabinet or whatever and rust. Because I wouldn't use it. I would, if I ever won a gun like that, I would either give it or sell it. Give it away or sell it. More than likely sell it because I want to make a little bit of money. But whoever bought it from me would get a hella deal. I'd look up the value of the gun and say, dude, I'll sell it to you for half price. Because it does me no good at all. Or dudette. It doesn't matter. Women hunt too. Yeah. But I don't go to those things anyway, so. But I do get into, like, raffles and that. Fundraising style raffles. Like, say, the Boys and Girls Club is having something or whatever. Or Girl Scouts or, you know. Occasionally, if I'll buy Girl Scout cookies to help them out. Half the time I miss out on it because I'm working or don't have anybody I know that sells Girl Scout cookies or, you know, so it's hard to do that one, but I generally try to do my part, especially if it's somewhere local, you know. But I'll spend $50 on raffle tickets. I don't care if it helps them out, and I got a chance to win a little something. I'll be happy with that. And I was like, oh, this was years ago, probably 10 years ago. I got into a raffle that I completely forgot about. I completely forgot about it. And all of a sudden I get a phone call out of the blue. It was a friend of ours. I was like, do you guys remember buying the, what do you call it, tickets? Raffle tickets for some church thing. And I completely again, it had been probably 4 months since I bought the tickets. And, well, at least it seemed like it was that long. And she's like, oh, you guys won. I'm like, what did we win? It was the cash. It was actually a decent amount of cash, too. I'm like, well, shit, I'll take that. Cash is king, man. Cash is king. I think there was, like, some TVs and stuff like that. Which right now, in this day and age, TVs are cheap. I don't want a TV, but I don't even know what I would do with a TV. But I guess if I wanted like a 50-inch TV or 55-inch TV, I could set up start a setup of a racing cockpit. Because eventually I would like to get a steering wheel, gas pedals, and all that stuff, and an actual seat or like cockpit, you know, so it has a car seat that you can lean back. And thing is, I don't have a computer to run that setup because I would like to play ATS on it. But again, I would have to do some maneuvering in my office, move some things around, put some things in my garage, so I don't have it all in here. I got tools in my office, like carpentry tools. Yeah, this is going to be the longest part of it. I knew it was going to happen. Now I got to put it in reverse. Is the going to get fuel. The rest of it is right by the warehouse. You're not far from it at all. But yeah, I get in and try to help those out. But I don't get around much anymore like I used to. You know, to run into people that are selling the raffle tickets. I used to have that stuff all the time, but unless somebody at work is selling them, which I haven't run into anybody at the time as of yet. Like certain workplaces, you're not allowed to do that. They frown upon that. It's like, really? It's not like gambling or anything like that. I guess it kind of is, but it's for a good cause. I'm actually surprised where I work now. They don't do a football pool. I'll have to ask about that. Because almost everywhere I've ever worked, they've had some kind of football pool that you spend $20 and you can get in on a 100 square, so by 10 by 10 grid style thing. Problem is they don't have enough employees. There's not 100 employees that work there, so somebody had to buy a couple squares or whatever. Yeah. Still going. I'll be changing the time of day here eventually. I should do it now before it gets too dark. Is it? Because it's like it sneaks up on you. It's all of a sudden, oh shit, it's pretty dark. Because your eyes adjust, and it's like, oh shit, I should have changed it. But yet, you all at home are going, man, I can't see what this motherfucker's doing. I used to stream Ark Survival Evolved years ago on my other YouTube channel that I deleted, and then regrettably tried to get it back, and it didn't. Anyway, always be certain that you want to do something before you jump in. But anyway, we'll get this power plant up. That'll be good because then we can get some crafting done. I have to make a trip for metal beams and then a trip for cargo containers. So it should only be 2 more trips. Left turn or right turn, Clyde. But typically I don't win anything on the raffles. I know people that every time they get in on this stuff, they win. It's like, oh, I've won a bunch of guns, I won this, I won that. It's like, I don't win shit. Alright, let's get this thing turned around here. Well, it's not for fuel, I guess. I mean, I got roof fuel, but I don't like. It's like a weird. I don't want to break into that, unless absolutely necessary. This one's got less in it than the last one. I'm going to dump this fuel over by that factory over there. I believe I got to go that way eventually. I'm just going to put it by the gas station. Fuel station, whatever you want to call it. That way it's close by. And I don't have to go to the factory if I don't need to. Change truck. Alright. See, I mean, by doing it the way I did it, you save yourself a trip. I mean, I could have tried to just float 2 or 3 of them up on the top, on top of the packed cargo. I don't like doing it that way, especially through different terrain, because then it's falling off and you spend more time picking it back up than you do just going. If I know it's not going to move around, I'll go for it. But you got to know your terrain. You got to know which way you're going, and so that it shouldn't and isn't going to fall off. Alright. ditch the guy behind me. He's gonna wait. Because I don't want to try to make this turn and then a double turn to get in here. He'd just jackknife me and tip me over. Refuel. I want to see what this warehouse has before I go crazy. I need to come in and write this stuff down. But what's, you know what I mean? What I have left, I can do that off camera or off video or whatever. So that you know, it's like, oh yeah, I already grabbed these, or I already grabbed those, because I've multiple times I'm like, oh yeah, I'll remember. I don't play all the time on this account. I play on my other account. I actually started over again, and I'm all the way up to the Russian maps. Timir. Let's see. All right, so we need. All right, so we have concrete blocks here. We have large pipes. We don't need cargo containers. Now we have none, so that makes that easy. We don't have any. We even got 2 fuel. Wow, look at that. Cement we don't need. Yeah, we don't need any of this. So, where does this road go? I really don't want to take that down. I'm going to go this way. And go down through here and go over to this one. Because I know there's stuff at that railway. I don't want to go straight ahead here. Because that's just uneven terrain. Possibility of losing your cargo. So I'm going this way. But yeah, keep track of what you got. So there's no more cargo containers. I was assuming that there was enough. I guess I was wrong. Now I know. But yeah, you get there and go, oh crap, I forgot to write that down. It still happens even when I'm writing it down, because I forget to write it down or whatever. I'm just gonna chug along here. I mean, hope you all are enjoying your summer. You know, whether you go to music festivals or whatever, enjoying this camping or time with family or whatever. I used to be huge into fishing. And I'm not talking about deep sea fishing or nothing like that. There's no oceans in Wisconsin. But like your small wilderness lakes and stuff, I just go out and fish for panfish or whatever. Just hanging out and enjoying nature. But times change. Things change. I started focusing more on this kind of stuff. So then that kind of went off to the back burner. You know? As I get older, maybe someday I'll get one. But I always say that I might get one. I don't know. I'm kind of leaning toward another motorcycle. But okay, so we need another cargo container. Yay! So there's 3 left of those. So we don't need any more though. We got 2. Now we need 2 consumables. 1 and 1 on the thing. So that leaves 2. So now all we need is beams. Oops. And there's no beams in this one. Alright, let's turn us around and we'll head back. And then all we need is 2 beams. I'll probably just get them from the fabrication one right by the garage. I'll just grab 2 from there. Unless there's a house over here. We'll look once I get done here. So I think there's 2 at each house. 2 metal beams. I might be wrong on that. It might only be 1. Which then it kind of sucks because then you got to go to 2 houses. And if that's the case, I'm just going to go to the fabrication place and get 2 of them. This is kind of a slow drag across this mud. But yeah, I used to get into fishing. A buddy of mine and I used to go all the time. And then my in-laws used to have a cabin on a lake. And we'd go fishing pretty much every weekend. Depending on the weather. And then during the week I'd go a couple times. And I'd just always be out fishing. And I didn't get fished out. People's jobs change. A buddy that I went with, he changed jobs where we worked together. And then we did different hours, and it just didn't work out after that. I mean, but he's one of those guys I could call him now and say, "Hey, what are you doing Saturday? You want to go fishing?" You know, he'd probably be like, "Hell yeah, it's been a long time since we've gone." But yeah, if I had a debate between a boat and a motorcycle, I think I'd probably take the motorcycle. The boat would be cheaper. And as far as motorcycles go, I'm not looking for a Harley Davidson or anything like that. To where we'd spend a buttload of money. Harley is expensive. I'm more into the sport bike. Even at my age. I just like the way you sit on them, the comfort. I've never been a fan of the feet out, way out in front of you on the highway bars or whatever they call them. I don't know how that can be comfortable. I really don't. Your lower back has just got to be fried. But that's just my opinion. You do you. I rode a lot of dirt bikes when I was a kid, so your feet were always just straight down. So that's how I like to ride a regular bike. Like a crotch rocket or a sport bike is straight down or even a little bit back behind you. Knees bent. Back cargo. Restore crane. And we're out. Now I should go get my what I want to do is go get that other truck. But I have 18 trucks on this damn map, if you haven't noticed. Where's this one from? That's way across the map. I don't want that one. That's that one. Well, I'm going to take this one. Recover. Alright. Let's go get some beams. I only need 2 and get them on this truck. But yeah. I would just buy like a sport bike. Well, our naked bike is what I'm looking at. So they call them a naked bike. That's what I would buy. Just haven't decided on which one if I do get one. I did have an MT-07 that unfortunately I had to part ways with. But and that was a nice little bike. It'd be great for in town. But those bikes aren't the best on the highway. You get blasted with the wind. I'd even go with like something small. I'd be happy with the Grom. The only problem is with the Honda Grom is the fact that change truck is the fact that the oops, two metal beams. I don't know how many more I'm going to need, so I don't want to make a bunch. I know I'm going to need a shit ton later. You'll see. But, one there. Oops. One on the truck. I need a crap ton later because of the fact that, you know what? Let's hood it. I was going to put it back there, but we can put it on the hood. We need metal rolls coming up in some of the missions, and there are no metal rolls just sitting around, so you have to fabricate them. In order to fabricate them, you need metal beams. Metal beams turn into metal rolls. I think it's 2 to 1. If my math is right from the previous map when we were in the flooded foothills. There was that fabrication place that made metal rolls. Alright, all we gotta do is drive this over there and we're good to go. It took a little longer than I thought, but it's still not a bad mission. But yeah. Nothing against the Harley or the Triumph or the, your big road bikes, Honda Gold Wings and the big bagger bikes. If that's what you like, that's what you like. I'm not going to hold it against you. But yeah, the Honda Grom I was talking about. The only problem with the Honda Grom is it's so small that I'd be afraid of it disappearing, because two guys in a pickup truck could take that Honda Grom and just, even one strong guy could pick that whole bike up and off you go. And you disappear with it. It's like, what the? Where's my motorcycle? It looks like a mini bike, I mean, because if you're just going to spend all your time in town, you don't need a big Harley bagger just to go back and forth to work. If you only had a couple miles to go, you could easily get away with a small motorcycle like that if you don't ever plan on going on highway or any road trips or anything with it. But it's still up in the air. I might wait till next year. Because the last thing I want to do is buy one in the fall and then to have it sit there for the full winter. Because we have winters in Wisconsin. We don't have, it's not California where you can ride a damn thing year round. Then I would definitely buy one. I don't have that option here to drive it year round. You get about 6 months, 7 months. where it gets, then after that it gets to be a little too cold to be riding. And then even those months, you're out of the 7, you're hoping you're gonna get over half of that because of rain and stuff. Because nobody likes riding in the rain. That really sucks. I've done it. I've gone through rain and hail and all that stuff, and it's not any fun. That was years and years ago on my crotch rocket that I had. Back when I was young and stupid and drove like an idiot. But somehow survived it. I don't know how. I guess I was meant to be here. Some people don't make it, though, unfortunately. Motorcycles can be very dangerous. Mainly, I guess it's a little bit of both, but people on the road are just as bad. When it comes to motorcyclists, they'll run you off the road. They don't see you, supposedly, and they pull out in front of you, and it's dangerous. I don't know how many times on my other bike that they pull out in front of you and you have nowhere to go. You know, lock up the brakes, and hopefully it works and you stop in time. And then they're like, oh, sorry. You know, sorry, I bounced off the hood of your car and broke my arm, and there we go. So now the power plant is done. And we should have, we got this one. I did. Yeah, so we did get this one. There was nothing here before. Now we got metal roll production site, or rolled metal construction site. So that's good. But we need to take metal beams there, or metal, what do you call it? So yeah, metal beams. We do have some there, some there. Because I didn't use any yet. I don't think. Well, I did use these over here. But, yeah, so these other missions that are coming up, let me go through these real quick. So this is a logging one. That's a logging one. And again, I do like the logging ones last if possible. And this is long logs and planks. So that's kind of a logging mission. We're going to save that. Then we got these two. That's a that's a good one. But that's in the next map, which we do have to do all the, you know, finding the towers, finding the upgrades, finding the missions and all that stuff before we do any of the missions. Really missions. So we have 2 more to go. At least this one is only this first page. Not like when we were doing the reinvigorating the old mines over on flooded foothills, where it's like you kept pushing down and there's more and more and more stuff to do. This is just a lot, but it's a lot of metal rolls. It's like I was saying, there's 12 on this one and another 6 on that one. So that's 18 metal rolls, which would be 9 metal beams to the rolled factory. You know how many trips you're gonna have to make? You got one there, one there, one there, one there. I mean, if you wanted to use all of these up, and again, I don't know if it's 1 or 2 at each. If it's 2, it's not so bad. It's still 4 to 5 houses or places, but I don't know if I'll just make a bunch here and then drag them across to a couple trips, because you can get 2 at a time. That would make 4. So yeah, you'd have to make a couple trips across the swamp, which is gonna suck. But anyway, I've dragged this out long enough. I want to thank you all for watching. Appreciate you. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to drop it down below, and I will get back to you ASAP. Thanks for watching, and have a great day. Bye, everybody.